All right, y'all, today I'm back with another Grayzone Warfare loot run. If you guys missed the last one, I will leave a link in the top right-hand corner right now. Go check that out. That one is making me a ton of money right now. And now I'm back with another one. Just like last time, I'm not going to waste any time and we're going to jump straight into it. So first things first, you are going to need two keys. We're going to need the Ban Camfet house key, and then we're also going to need the Fanny Paradise office key. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to get both of these as we get into the run. What I like about this run compared to the last run I released is the fact that this one involves multiple different POIs, and there's also a combat outpost in the middle of it all. So once you're done looting, you can depot it almost immediately. But this one is definitely better in the sense that we're going to have more crates to loot. We're going to have more weapon crates, gear crates, all the high tier crates. We're going to have safes. We're going to have purses, jewelry boxes, hidden caches. There's probably over 20 different crates, cache, whatever you want to call it, that we're going to be looting in this run. So no more talking, let's get into it. What I'm going to be showing you guys is going to be down here in the southeastern part of the map, and we're going to be looking at the area around the Warden Combat Outpost. So essentially, I'm going to be doing this run as if you already don't have the keys. I'm going to show you how you need to do it to find the keys, as well as showing you all of the different places that we're going to loot. We're essentially going to be starting at Juliet 4. If you don't have Juliet 4, then feel free to do November 1 or whatever the closest one is to you. But I'm going to be starting at Juliet 1. We're going to get off the bird and we're going to go immediately down to this radio tower. Here we're going to kill all of the AI, and on them they can spawn either of those keys. So that's why this place is very important. There's also a weapon crate, ammo box, and a hidden cache here that we're going to loot, so keep that in mind as well. After that, we're going to make our way down to the ambush UNLRA convoy. Down here, there's going to be a lot of AI. We're going to kill them, same thing. We're going to loot all of them and try to pick up these keys. As well as that, there's going to be the high tier gray boxes. There's going to be a weapon one and a gear one sitting on the back of a truck, as well as a med bag on another truck. After we're done there, we're going to make our way down to Fanny Paradise. This is where we're going to be using that FP office key. We're going to, again, kill all the AI, look for the keys. If we don't get it, then we're just going to move on. But since I have the key, we're going to be looting the room inside of the strip club, and that's going to have a safe, a jewelry box, and one of the big gray gear crates, as well as a med bag, I believe. Once we're done there, we're going to make our way over to Warden. We're just going to go ahead and take it. I mean, you could take it on your way from the convoy down to Fanny Paradise whenever you want to, but Warden is going to be essential for this, so we can depot if we need to. If not, we can move on. And finally, once we're done there, we're going to move over to Ban Camfet. And again, there's going to be AI. We'll kill them. We'll look for the keys. If we get it, great. If not, we'll move on. There's going to be a room that we're going to loot here. That's going to be the BK house, as well as two hidden caches on top of that. And then I believe a little secret box that you can loot that has some cash and other goodies in it. I will show you guys all of that. So that's a quick overview. I'm going to go ahead and hop on the bird and get going. I don't want this intro to be super long. I want you guys to get all this information as fast as possible. This is a really, really good loot run, and it makes me quite a bit of money. I will say value-wise, you're not going to find some of the items that you'd be finding on my last loot run, but you're still going to get a lot of good stuff, a lot of valuables, a lot of cash, a lot of weapons, armor. You're going to get a good mix of everything on this. So I'm going to go ahead and call the bird and let's get going. Quick reminder before we get to where we need to go, if you guys are looking for the trader Vulture and you want to know where he is, feel free to come over to my Twitch chat and type in !Vulture. You can see it on the recording right now. Somebody just came in, and it will tell you exactly where the trader is at, which two cops he's at, and it will also tell you the last time that I updated it. So feel free to use that resource as much as you'd like. All right, so we just landed at Juliet 4. Damn, I forgot for a second. And the first thing we're going to do is head over to the radio tower. I apologize for the fact that it is nighttime. It seems like every time I go to film one of these videos, it is nighttime in game. So sorry about that. But yeah, the first thing we're going to do, I like to bring a scope because there is a bunch of AI that spawn here. There's usually about 4 or 5. I'm not seeing any, but we're going to kill the AI, loot them. And then there's a couple boxes I want to show you guys that we're going to be looting here as well. All right, so all the AI are cleared out. We're going to go through and loot them all. I'm going to do this as if I was myself looking for the keys, just like you guys would be doing. And as we loot them, we're going to be picking up the cash off of these guys, because if you do that, it will add up slowly over time, and I promise you it is quite a bit. All right, so once we're done looting them, in the back of this truck we're gonna have a firearms box and an ammo box. These are gonna be the first two crates that we loot. And go ahead and take everything, because someone left a comment on my last video that if you don't take everything out of the loot crates, then it takes longer for the things to respawn. So even if you don't want it, just take it. And if you don't want a certain thing, just go ahead and drop it on the ground. That way we can do this run back again. So right here by this truck, we're going to have a supply crate and there's going to be nothing in it, of course. And we're going to make our way down to this little house over here. And there should be 1 or 2 AI hanging around either out front or inside of the house. Okay, so we'll make our way inside. Kill him. Make sure we're clear. All right, so we'll go ahead and loot this guy. No key. And then underneath this little cabinet, we're going to have some food storage. So if you guys need any kind of food or water, then you can do that. I'm going to go ahead and drop this stuff. And then I like to check on the shelves and things like that around this house because you can find like tracker tags and throw them on your gun just in case you run into other players and you die. So once we're done in here, we're going to come out the store and to the left, and we're going to loot the first buried cache right here. So sometimes I find M4s with L cans on them. Sometimes I find valuable stuff. This time we didn't really get anything crazy. I'm just going to drop this stuff and we will take the red dot off of that and make sure we are clearing everything out. So once we're done there, we're going to make our way down to the ambush UNLRA convoy. This is going to be the first spot where we're going to have some of those really good gray crates. Now, one thing to keep in mind, there are a lot of AI here. I want to say there's somewhere around like 5 or 6. So if you can take some out from a distance, make sure you do that. It will help you out big time. Okay, so there's probably a few more kind of lurking around, hiding behind the trucks. All right, so as we make our way down, we're going to be looting several different things. 1, we're going to be looting the AI that we just killed. 2, we're going to be looting all of these dead bodies because they can have valuable stuff on it. And 3, there's going to be crates scattered around, and I will show you which ones to loot. So again, I'm going to loot this guy. We're grabbing cash as we go. We'll loot this dead body, nothing on that. In the back of this truck is where we're going to find all of the goodies. The first thing we got is a UN equipment box right here. We'll open this up. And then I usually don't find anything crazy in these boxes. You're not going to find like phantoms or, you know, the really good armor. But occasionally you can find some okay stuff. I like to grab the helmets. They sell okay if I don't, you know, fill up my inventory the rest of the way. We'll check in here and we're going to get an MP7A1. That's actually really good. I've never found one of those out in the wild. And again, make sure emptying the boxes completely. Down here we've got an ammo can and I missed this one several times. I'm gonna drop all of this and we're gonna keep working our way down, looting all of the AI as we go, picking up cash, looking for the keys. Again, we're looking for the BK house key and we're looking for the Fanny Paradise office key. One thing I will say is it took me about 4 or 5 runs to find the office key, and then it took me another 2 runs to find the BK house key. So it's, you know, it's hit or miss. The key doesn't drop very often, but you can find it. Just stick with it. I promise you getting those keys is worth it, and you will thank me later. All right, so we got a med bag here in the back of this truck. We will loot that. Once we're done there, that is about everything at the checkpoint. So now we have 2 options. We can either go take Warden or we can go down to Fanny Paradise. I like going down to Fanny Paradise personally and then going to take Warden. And Warden is key because that is where we're going to be depoting everything. And it's going to be like a central location to depot, which is really good. But yeah, we're going to make our way down to Fanny Paradise. Keep an eye out on the road. You will find random AI kind of lurking around. They like to patrol this road and they will also spawn with the keys on them. We'll loot Fanny Paradise and then we will go depot. There we go. We have one on the road right there. Make sure we loot him. Checking for the keys, no keys, and we will keep making our way down. All right, so we're here at Fanny Paradise. Make sure we're keeping an eye out for AI. They like to spawn on the outside of the building. There sounds like there's some inside the building. And we're just gonna make sure we clear all of these guys out first before we do anything. All right, so that should be good. Again, we're going to start by looting all of the AI. And now we're going to make our way inside of the strip club. All right, so first thing we're going to do when we come in this door is turn around to this table right here, and there's a little purse right here that we can loot. There can be valuable stuff inside like rings, necklaces, you name it, anything that's valuable, it can be in here. It looks like we got some decent stuff right off the rip. But yeah, that one's kind of hidden. A lot of people don't know about that one, so definitely check that one out. Okay, so inside of here, I always look on the tables to try and see if anything good spawns. I've personally never found anything, but if you guys have, let me know and I'll be sure to pay more attention to them. But other than that, we're going to go behind the bar. There's going to be a cooler here. Sometimes you can find some good food items. Got some candy bars. And then behind the bar, we're going to have a firearms box. So we got a rail, a scope, a Zhukov stock. That's pretty good. We're going to drop all of this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and clear my inventory of the things that I don't want. All right. And then once we're done with that, we're going to come around here. And this is where we're going to use the Fanny Paradise office key. So we'll go ahead and unlock this. So the other unlock location is right here. So you can come in from another way if you would like to. There we go. And I believe this leads... Nope. I don't know. Anyways, in here, we're going to be looting 4 things. We got a jewelry box right here. We've got a safe right here. We've got a MSS gearbox, and we've got a medical bag right here. So we're going to start with the jewelry box. This one's usually my favorite. You can find some really good stuff in here sometimes. Looks like we just got a few rings, nothing crazy. Now, this safe is locked, and you're going to need a code, and that code is going to be on this sticky note right here. Let me go ahead and open that back up. So I like to write it down, 78 27, 71, 98, and these are going to be pairs of numbers. So if we go over to the safe, we got a little mini game type of thing here. So if you scroll up and down, you can change the numbers. The first one is going to be 78, and then you're going to hit D to go over to the next one, and then we're going to scroll all the way down to 20. Whoops. Scroll all the way down to 27, which is our next number. Go over to the next one. We got 71. Go back this way, 71. And then the last one is going to be 98. And once you are done, you're going to hit F to confirm, or whatever your key for that is. And a lot of the times the safes in this game are kind of bugged and they're empty, so I'm hoping there's something in it. Nice, there is. So we got a watch and a platinum credit card. That platinum credit card is actually worth quite a bit. I want to say it's like 1.2K or something like that. So definitely worth putting in the prison wallet. All right, next up is going to be this gearbox. Looks like we got some nods in there. We got a mask, and I've never seen these glasses, so we will take those. And we'll go ahead and take the mask as well. Slight little drip upgrade, nothing crazy. Now, I don't know what these are worth, but I know nods in this game are a pretty penny. So I think I'm going to go ahead and slap those in the prison wallet as well. And then we're going to loot the medical bag. Never really going to find anything crazy in here, but I just like looting a lot. And that is going to do it for Fanny Paradise. So looks like we're a little bit loaded down. It'd be nice if we could drop some of this stuff off. So what we're going to do is head over to Warden, take control of it. We're going to depot it, and then we're going to go to our last location and loot all of that. It kind of sounds like somebody is over there already, which is unfortunate. But if they've already looted it, I'll still show you guys what to loot there. All right, we're going to go ahead and capture this, and I am going to go ahead and depot everything. And now we just got a little bit of a reset. And all right, so now we're going to make our way over to Bon Camfet. The way to go here. Now, this guy, based off of how he looked, he's probably already looted all of this, but I'm still going to show you guys anyways. The first thing we're going to do is come over here. We're right inside of the village a little bit, but we're coming from Warden over here, and there's going to be a buried cache, and we're going to find an AK in it. Now, one thing I'm noticing is it seems like in PvE, the loot is not as good. I would imagine that they've done that because, you know, it's PvE and it's really hard to die. But yeah, if you do this in PvP, the loot will be way better. I usually, in that buried cache, I usually find an M4 with an L-can on it. So just keep that in mind. Inside of here, we're going to have a briefcase. This is usually just going to spawn like glasses and hats, but occasionally you'll find something good. And then we're going to make our way down to the burning building. Now, in this building, there's going to be a bunch of dead bodies that we can loot, and every now and again, you will find some really high-value loot inside of the dead bodies. So, we're going to work our way in, and we're going to start looting the bodies. I feel like he has already done this, but I'm just going to do this loot run like normal. Got some money on that one. Nothing on that one. Rest in peace to these poor souls. We got another one over here. Nothing. Another one over here. Got some money. One right here. Soda. All right. So once we're done with that, you're going to be killing AI as you come through here, but that guy's already taken care of them. Once we're done with that, we're going to make our way into the town. And we've got a dead body right here. We'll check that. Nothing. And this is where we're going to use the BK house key. So normally this door is locked. And if we look at it, it says BK house. But again, this guy just did that run. We're going to check on the shelves here. Looks like we got a basic tracking tag. We will do that. Checking along the tables as we go. And once we come around this corner, there's going to be a jewelry box right here. Obviously, it's empty, but I pretty much always find, you know, this thing is completely full and it's got a bunch of good loot in it. So definitely check that. And then we've got a civilian chest here. Again, it's going to be like hats and glasses and stuff like that. But occasionally you can find something really nice. Once we're done here, we've got a little secret loot box that I feel like a lot of people don't know about. So I'm going to put you guys on. We'll check this dead body as we go. Nothing. We're going to go inside of this building. And right here on the shelf, we've got a metal box. And it looks like he did not... Okay, he did loot it, so it is open. But yeah, inside this metal box, I usually find big stacks of cash. So sometimes there will be 2 stacks, 3 stacks, 4 stacks, and they're usually over $500 a piece. So that is definitely worth checking right there. So keep this little room in mind. And then finally, the last thing that we are going to loot is a hidden cache over here behind this shed. And it looks like he has already looted this, but he failed to drop everything out of it. And a lot of times, again, I find an M4 with an L can on it here. Really, really good. I like these hidden caches a lot. And that right there is going to be the end of the loot run. Actually, I just found a tequila on top of this barrel. So make sure you're checking on this barrel. That thing's worth like a little over $1,000. That's not bad. So yeah, if you guys do this run and you find new things, like new spots, like I literally just found that, feel free to share it down in the comments and let other people know. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. You can loot inside this building if you want, but I've never really found anything good. There's another civilian chest right there if you want to, but again, it's just going to be some random stuff. And yeah, that's the end of the run. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run back to Warden real quick. And I'm going to sell everything and let's see what we made. Let's go ahead and take a look at everything we found. These are all of our valuable items right here. So we ended up with about $409 just off of picking it up from the AI. So that's not bad. Usually I end up with between 2,000 and 5,000 USD just doing that and then finding the cash in some of the different places. But we're going to go ahead and sell all of this stuff. All right, so in total, off of that run, again, we're doing it in PvE, we made 12,377 rubles. In my opinion, that is really, really good. We got a lot of small items that kind of paid out big. And, you know, that's just a good run in general if you want something to do. It's better than just going back and forth to Midnight Sapphire and dealing with the really hard AI. None of the AI on this run are going to be difficult at all. So there we go. That's going to be the second loot run that I have for you guys. If you guys missed the first loot run, feel free to go check that out. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to do the usual things down below with the buttons, the subscribe, the like. You guys know what to do. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. I'm pushing for 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so hopefully you guys can do me a solid and help out with that. Again, if you guys are looking for the Trader Vulture, feel free to come into my Twitch chat at any time, whether I'm live or not. Type in !Vulture and it will tell you exactly where to find him. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys, and I will see you in the next video.